Hey, 6 million views on that thing. Boy, I got like 300, 600,000 likes and comments. Hey,
Dang.
Yes,
I'm doing this pro bono.
This is Delugence.
Yeah, let's go.
The podcast where we dive deep into the convergence of ideas. We're excited to take you on a journey through the flood of discussion on topics ranging from culture, faith, politics, and everything in between. Each week, we'll bring banter with new perspectives, interesting guests, and lively conversation that will challenge and inspire you. Join us as we explore the deluge of ideas and find the common ground that brings us all together. Here on Delugence, here's your host on deck from the Delugence Lair, PhillVill.
All right, welcome to the Delugence podcast here, straight from the Delugence Lair. Here we have the superheroes on deck here. With me, joining me on my right, on chair number 2, I got Omar, the OG, or on the OF, I guess.
Bro, we ain't going down that road again, big dog. We ain't going down that road. People try to add, subscribe, and go watch live, but it wasn't happening.
A new fundraiser you had, but don't tell us about that. We want to know, but
New
don't forget to.
fundraiser.
Yeah.
we're
You know
going
that reel with the OF one is like the top liked and viewed reel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that straight clickbait. Oh my the OF. And people were like,
people
click
wanted
it.
to see.
They wanted to
That's the
know.
weird part. They wanted to see. I was like, hold up, wait a minute.
I don't
Put a
know.
little Jesus in it. You can't be looking at me like that.
And next to you, chair number 2, we got the influencer. Yes, I guess we heard you're a little mean. Somebody said no.
Yeah, I got some feedback from our first podcast from a couple of people in my life.
No, you weren't mean.
And they were like, it was a little spicy. You were a little spicy. But
We loved it. It was great. It was great. We had a great time with that. Yeah. And then of course we got on the comfy couch back with us, Matt, not beige, not brown, but white. Matt White. This time he is not that little tiny square. He is in focus today. So give it up for Matt White. There we go. Back
Happy
here.
for you, Matt.
And we're so
DJ decks out. Here we
yes,
go.
we are no longer canceled. Congratulations.
Let's go.
But you know, we did get to see Third Day this week on the reels, right? So
Oh yeah, he made it.
They didn't
Shout out
reply.
to
Did they
Matt.
reply back?
Nah, they slid into the DMs, asked me for the OF link.
Oh,
No, they didn't.
No, I'm kidding.
We're not going there. Not Third Day.
Wait, what do you guys think? It was our first week. We after we dropped it, we had a few days, a little extra before we came back in the studio. So, what's the feedback out there, Omar? Are you hearing about the podcast? Just like you having a great time with this?
Yeah, I put the feelers out there for the world to know. People are giving me some feedback.
I don't know. He has his hip hop voice on right now.
Did you
Giving me some
up?
feedback. Why? It was ringing in my ears. Everybody was liking. They weren't subscribing though, so we need.
No, we got some great turnout for it. They say if you have 30 views, praise God.
How many views we get?
We got close to 300, 270
Hey.
something maybe as of this recording.
Hello.
So get your friends. But thank you for your support, everybody, for being part of our debut podcast here on Delugence. And we're going to continue having the conversation. We want you to get to know us. You want to be a light as we talk about the news, the headlines, the issues of the day, and everything in between, including the absurd. And now, speaking of the absurd, I just want to get to know a little bit of Kayla.
What a segue.
This time, yes.
No respect around here.
No
Man.
respect.
We gotta empower these
A little
folks, man.
spicy, right?
Yeah.
Gotta get spiced back. So I heard that, you went on a little trip, mountain trip, I guess, recently, a women's retreat, or what did you go on?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did. Where was I?
Oh,
Yeah,
where
I
was
just
it?
did.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
just last
stalking you?
weekend.
Phil is creepy, low key creepy
I
over
know.
here.
How
I
did
saw
you-
you up in the mountains, Kayla. What were you doing out there?
Deer
He's all behind
hunting.
the
That
tree.
was you.
You didn't have no signal.
So wait a minute. So you were at a woman's retreat.
Yeah, I was
So
at a
there was
women's
no men there. You guys are all hating on the men. I mean, no,
No.
you're receiving from the Lord, right?
Don't categorize, stereotype me.
The Lord. You're a
That's
Christian
the spice.
Yeah.
feminist. I mean, you're Christian feminist. Everyone.
No, yeah, I was on a
Oxymoron.
women's retreat. There was actually, it was Wonder Valley Ranch. So
Okay.
there was other
Oh.
there was other groups there. So there were actually men on campus. So we weren't
Oh.
given the proper time to
Oh,
know,
so they're mansplaining
men.
everything.
Yeah,
to you.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
we
I heard of
weren't-
Hidden Valley Ranch, but I don't know about no Wonder Valley, boy.
I wonder about that.
It's its cousin, but it was really good. It was really good. It's not a dressing.
I'm learning so much
It was
today.
very pretty.
You never heard of Hidden Valley Ranch?
No, I'm saying I didn't realize that, the cousin there. I didn't even know there was a family tree to this all. I was like, dang.
One is a Save Mart version. The other one is like the Food for Less
Yeah,
version. That's
there
a
you go.
hidden. That's the what's it called? Wonder Valley. That's
Wonder
the
Valley.
One's on the
Okay.
OF too.
yeah. That one's the frugal, more frugal ranch
Got
flavor.
you.
Okay, well, moving on forward. So you know what? Since a lot of people said they didn't like, they watched it, but you want to do it, let them know what they could do to follow us. And all
Yeah.
that?
You can go onto all your socials. Go onto the Instagram, like the page. You could go on YouTube, drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment. You could do all of it, all of the above. We need your support. We need your help. We're trying to quit our jobs. Okay, we want to do this.
Hey, chill.
I don't want to work no more. Okay, I'm tired of it. Oh, little Ryan, he got 20 million subscribers playing with toys. We're here talking about real life.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, people get the subscribers from the craziest things that the YouTube on toys and
Oh yeah, little
Boxing.
Ryan's toys, all that stuff, man.
ASMR.
Nothing against Ryan.
They just sit there and they're like, today I'm going to open a water bottle. And it's like 30,000 views.
I know.
Wow. Okay, we
Oh,
did a little bit of
we're
that.
wrong.
Low
That's
key
crazy.
satisfying though. Low key satisfying.
Well, you know what's a little bit satisfying for me, myself, my family, and I.
Hey, bro, this is a family show.
What?
Satisfying myself.
I think we lost that a long time ago.
You said my family.
My family. I used the word family in the
okay.
sentence. Okay. All right. I'm trying to share personal.
Composed.
He's stuck in the
Composed, baby.
His OF testimony's
Well,
coming up right
that's
now.
right.
On 9/11, we're in remembrance.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, that's really in remembrance of me. Yeah, it was my birthday.
Oh, it's your
9/11.
birthday?
Oh,
bro.
God, I love. No, but we do want to give honor to, I'm not making light of 9/11. Come
Bro.
on. It's just my birthday. Can't I just say 9/11 with what?
Yeah.
What?
You
Is it
can't
serious?
do that, bro. You can't.
I can't.
That one got me. I was like,
You can't do that, bro.
why are you taking credit for that? Dang, Phil.
Bro, for the last episode, we said we looked like some terrorists. Now you're over here trying to be like, remember me and 9/11, my friend. And I'm like, bro, I don't
love
know.
my friend. Okay.
Oh my God.
Bro, I'm tired
Oh,
of you, man.
I
Yes.
just got here. I mean, what
Oh,
you
man. I think I gotta go.
But I enjoyed my birthday, yes, and I with the wife, she took the day off just for moi, so we went to go
Yes.
to eat and had a great time. We saw the movie Equalizer.
Equalizer.
Yeah, Equalizer.
Mhm.
Denzel.
Denzel.
It's like John Wick, but
Mhm.
Denzel version,
Oh,
right? But you don't watch
There's a
that?
bunch of those though, right? There's like quite a few Equalizers. They're like a chain.
3.
Okay,
Three.
there
Yeah,
you
it
go.
was 3. It was like so good. But we had a great great time. But hey, I also got a gift, and Mr. Matt White was like, "Hey, what can you tell them what this is?" You're telling me
I
about
don't
it.
even know what it is, but I've seen it.
It's like-
I've seen it on like TikTok, people playing music on it. Hey.
I guess it's a really big thing in Japan, right?
yeah,
So
you can play
TikTok
little
and
songs and
That
stuff.
makes
Everything,
sense.
yeah, man. Everything's big in Japan.
everything's big.
Trendsetters out there.
Okay,
I was gonna make it.
I'll make some anime versions of all of us here. But yeah, so that was we had a great time, and I'm 62 or 27 again. One of those, yeah, you just pick a number. But it was a great time, and you know what? And now it's time for our. We had some comments on our memes. So you say, well, that was funny. That one wasn't. But you know what?
Okay.
Memes are very
Subjective.
thank you. That's
You're
the
welcome.
word. I'm saying objective.
That's what I'm here for.
The education.
Yeah.
That's
So-
right.
He's like, let me just get in on this conversation.
No, I just want to. I'm affirming you. He was insulting you. I needed to affirm my sister over here.
We want to let you know who puts together the memes. Who sends the final pile is Mr. Omar Gonzales himself. So
No pressure.
there is no.
Funny
I don't know
memes
what
of
we're
the
about
week.
to put on the screen. So this is the first reactions that we're going to go right here. And so right here, it's time for.
Source from around the web for your delight. Here's your memes and clips of the week.
We're ranking the best and worst races from around the world and putting them into a tier list. Now these next two races I can barely tell apart, so we're just going to lump them.
Pause it.
Okay, who's this guy?
Hey, what do you think this is going though?
I don't know. Is he gonna?
Dude, this guy. Look at this guy. He's got a bald head. Nothing against bald heads. I'm getting there.
No idea what's
He's
going
talking
on.
about comparing the races.
This is the races.
I'm not looking
Okay,
at you, Matt.
I'm
I'm looking at you, Matt. Boy. You know this guy?
He's talking about horses not coming up. Or what?
Let's see what happens. Go ahead and
All
hit
right,
play.
you're good.
Don't tell me about they have different histories and cultures.
Okay.
I really don't care. They're the same. The Henry Ford Health Systems 200 and the Vet Mick Company World 200 are
Got
the
scared,
same
huh? You guys got
Okay.
scared. We
They
thought we were
might
going to
as well be
compare
D tier.
races. What happened? You get scared, Kayla? She thought she saw her career flash before her eyes.
Yeah, she's getting real spicy.
Oh my gosh, no.
I wouldn't go there,
I was
man.
underwhelmed.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go to the next one.
I hope it's better.
Don't worry about it. Let's get some
Okay.
volume.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And he looks wicked sad too. He's just standing there like he looks really
Look
sad.
at that
about it.
leg, boy. Busted.
And he's about to lose his girlfriend.
And-
Yo, about to head into work another day, another dollar.
Yeah, I'm about to head into work another day, another dollar.
Literally me on this podcast. When I get my voice back, I'm like,
Okay. Speaking of the race, here's another. No, not that type of race, but this race right here.
Bro.
No, right here.
oh.
This is a preparation H commercial. This is just the way they're walking.
Judah Edwards.
No, he's got to go
Caleb
number
Nesbitt,
2. He's holding it. in.
DeAndre Shorter, Patrell Graham.
This
This is
a-
the Pens commercial.
Nah, this one's sponsored by powder, baby powder.
100
You gotta
to
rub it
go.
in them thighs. Put it. That's don't get rubbing. Look at this.
Chafing.
Yeah, the shape.
Edwards doing his best.
Dang.
Look at him, but wait.
His little legs go.
Wait for it.
Shorter and Graham battling
Okay.
for third. But up front, it's Edwards and
He's gonna
He
Nesbitt.
got swooped.
He's
But
like,
wait.
son, get back over here.
Caleb Nesbitt now
Plot
taking the
twist.
lead.
Dude, I can't even
Judah
Look at
Edwards
that.
staying
Oh my gosh.
That kid, he got lapped in the walking
He
race.
said, I'm just here for a good time. That's
I have
it.
no idea what I'm looking
Can't
at.
imagine
right
the
here.
shin splints from that.
So what's up? What'd
Okay, this was.
you think about that? What'd you think about that? What do you think about
I don't even know what
that?
I was watching.
That's what I'm saying.
We're comparing.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, okay, that's not a real race.
the human race.
Speed walking, that's for. You see how much movement those young boys had in their hips like that? Like, that's too much.
What do you?
That's too much.
They train for this all of their 12 years of life. So.
That's too much hip movement.
Okay, well, you know what? That's it for.
That's too much.
I know he's all those hips don't lie.
Those hips don't lie.
Take it easy, Shakira.
Watch out for those all those calories to the
I'll be
hips.
sure to provide memes next week.
Okay,
Okay,
there you go.
Kayla's
I'm okay with it.
Upgrading it.
I didn't tell him
He's
to.
all crying.
Look, guys, what I think is funny is what I think is funny.
I love it.
That's true.
You know, there
It's
is
subjective.
I'm gonna say
It's
my favorite
Hello?
one. I know the one that you sent. I'm not gonna give it away. We're gonna share it at the very end. So
Okay.
make sure
Okay.
you stay to the very end.
Everything was racial.
It went viral.
You know what I mean?
It went
Yeah.
viral, right? Speaking about the viral stuff.
The human race. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're talking about the human race.
Okay, so this next segment, we're gonna talk about some concerts, some things. It's a very hilarious video. I think we both shared it in the feed when we're talking about. I know, Kayla,
Yes.
you love about because you are single. It's all about the single ladies,
Yeah.
right? You sing that.
Oh, where are we going with this, bro? You trying to put me out there?
Take it easy. Here we go. All right, let's
And happy.
And now we've come to the time of the podcast where I'm going to actually get the bouquet out.
All of the
What
bachelors
did
are about to
DJ?
walk
What's
through the
bouquet
door
at?
right now. And the first contestant
And
for Kayla.
The
stating
rose will be
like,
handed to.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
Yes, so
nice.
Be-
Single, ready to mingle.
So that was my segue to Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
To all the single ladies.
I got you.
Okay, so Beyonce is in high demand, just like Taylor Swift. You know,
Yes.
heard about Taylor Swift? Millions. No, she's $2 billion now.
Yeah.
In her ticket sales,
I
and
believe it.
she's really going. And plus, she's putting a movie out there. Don't make fun of Taylor
Crazy.
Swift.
And she's with Travis Kelce. I guess.
Oh,
Is that true?
I guess that's
Is it
some
true?
rumor. I'm not sure. Even the NFL announcers
know-
were throwing
I-
some jokes out there this weekend.
Really?
It's crazy.
If
Another
he found
guy,
a
another
blank
guy.
space in the end zone.
Every
like
time
that.
there's another guy. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything
Oh my
about that, but
gosh.
she's in, shake it off. So, all right, we're gonna go.
Wow, shake it off, my boy with the Taylor Swift little.
So,
He's a Swiftie.
He said, "I know my Taylor
You're a
Swift history."
Swiftie? Are you
okay,
a
so
Swiftie, bro, let's
is my
get it
face
out.
turning red?
Are you a Swiftie or not? That's what we need to know before we proceed.
You didn't get that?
support you.
Okay,
He bought the
you didn't get
$2,000
that one.
tickets.
Okay, I won't explain the red. The red. All right. Okay, so Matt, if there was a concert you were gonna attend of an artist, who would that be? Now, before you answer, it could be dead or alive. Who would be that one artist you would go see?
Yeah, that's a tough one. There's
Okay.
So many.
Oh, really? Okay, that's the question. Who's in it? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Tupac. No.
He said, "You look like a cholo." So.
Dang.
Wow.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive.
Oh man, I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna pass it on to Kayla.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Actually, I am going to see this person. She's at the top of my list. Adele. I'm gonna see her beginning of November for my birthday. So she's like the one and only artist that I would drop money for that woman, and I sure did.
So would you give your rent money for that?
Yeah, I have some savings.
Okay. Take
got-
away.
I got
Let's say
savings.
all you had was your rent money left. That's all you. And
Oh,
if you
I see.
miss the opportunity to see Adele.
No.
Oh, you're that wise. You
I-
wouldn't be
I
something.
would-
You wouldn't sell your soul to Adele.
No. I believe in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and
Well,
I don't celebrity worship. I
You
love
don't-
Adele, but
Okay.
there's a line that
She's a good steward.
celebrity worship.
a good steward. Okay, did you find one yet? Find one?
Nah, I just want to be. If I could be at one concert, I want to
Carmen.
be.
Carmen.
Nah. It's going to be when Vanilla Ice was there, and the Ninja Turtles showed up, and they were saying, "Go Ninja, go." That's the one concert I wish I could be at. Man, Ninja Rap. That's what it
Find
was.
that, put it on.
Dude,
All right,
seriously,
Matt.
that's one.
Based on my listening history, I looked at
There
my
you go.
top artists of all time.
Oh,
It'd
okay.
either have to be Kanye, Drake, or Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
Oh.
What?
I missed him when he came
What
to
am I-
Fresno, and I was
Register-
very sad. Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
I know it's like all hip hop, and then it's like
Yeah,
country
Luke
artists,
That's
or
right.
even
I love
Alan
Luke
Jackson. I'd love to see Alan Jackson.
But Drake is a little emo.
Yeah,
In your feels, kind of
Emotional.
boy.
What's
Yeah.
this thing about the Alvarez's? I've seen you guys at the Jonas Brothers a lot lately.
Let it be known, I was wise with my money.
Okay.
And I opted not to go to this last Jonas Brothers concert. I
Okay.
sold my ticket. My sister, though, was not the same. She did go with some
But
friends.
you've gone before. I
I've
guess?
gone before. I've seen
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Is
in
that
person.
the one that you're the one that jumped on the stage, attacked?
No.
Um,
That wasn't me. That was
Okay.
that. Which time?
That was Kyla.
that was
She
my
jumped on the
ultimate
stage?
personality.
So, I know you won't sell your soul for Adele, but some people go crazy. Here's a fan of Beyonce's and get your reaction out for this video here.
Hey, you know that you stole money out of my account?
Husband.
That was money for my kid, heart surgery?
Why is you recording me right now? Like, you trying to...
Don't worry about why I'm recording you. I'm worried about what my money is.
Like, I begged you to take me to that concert. Why wouldn't you take me to the concert?
Because the concert is the least of my
Look,
worries
I don't
right
care
now.
about that. Like, I
My
went to
kid
the
heart
concert.
surgery is what I'm worried about right now.
Look, like,
and for you to take my
I don't-
money out of my
I
account just to go to some
I
Beyonce
don't
concert,
care.
you done lost your mind.
I don't care.
I don't care what you don't care about.
Your voice, like, right now.
Oh,
Why
me
don't
my
you
money.
Ask your baby mom.
She ain't
Ask her,
got nothing
get
to
out my
deal with
face.
this.
Like, get out
Nothing
my
to deal with this. To go find me my
Find his money. Omar.
I just hope that's fake, bro.
I know.
Please be fake. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh.
Please be fake. Okay.
Fingers
Please be
crossed.
fake.
Okay. Any other reactions, Kayla?
Okay.
You would-
Yeah,
you're-
I also hope it's fake, but I mean, her like how unconcerned she was, or the line for me was like, "I told you to take me to that concert. You didn't take me to that concert." Like, girl.
really, you think about this. I think of yourself. Haven't you ever been unwise with your money and bought something you shouldn't have?
Never.
Never.
No, I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
All right. Okay. Maybe. I don't know about you, but you buy video games when you pay for your cars. Matt?
Not much. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm just kind of curious how much the tickets were for Beyonce. They were probably like
crazy.
dang.
You know, I looked it up. A lot of these tickets, including Taylor Swift and all the ones including Beyonce, it'd be from $200 to $5,000, like everything in between. I'm like, wow, that they're making. I think they make a couple $1 million just for one show sometimes.
And
the
honestly,
merchandise.
and I don't even think more or less it's the tickets that are expensive. It's like Ticketmaster, the vendor fees, because you're going, ticket $75,
Yeah.
and somehow the cart's like 300 at the end. I'm like, what's
300.
going on?
Mhm.
Like, it's crazy.
Yep, that's why Taylor Swift got some trouble last time for that. And speaking of, you know, I don't even know what to say about this one, but I know Kayla loves coffee, and she made some coffee earlier, and she has a phobia. What's that phobia?
Of hot things.
Of hot things.
I have a childhood trauma from them. So, like hot coffee, hot soups, even just hot food. Like I gotta wait till it's
I
cold.
thought you were talking about spicy.
No,
you're talking about like the
Anything hot.
temperature.
Temperature, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
weird.
she came in with.
I have
she went to go make
trauma.
some.
Omar, is my trauma weird to you?
I'm sorry.
It's
Yes.
It's triggering.
Yes. Everyone's trauma is weird.
He said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, I was expecting a big hot coffee, and she came in with her Frappuccino. How do you make a Frappuccino in my house? I'm like,
It's not a Frappuccino. It's an iced coffee.
iced coffee Frappuccino. Whatever.
Frappuccino has to be blended.
Okay.
And
Yeah, you
So
gotta put it in the blender.
Frappuccino, but here's not a Frappuccino, but a Cochino. So here I am.
From Frappuccinos to
Yes,
Cochinos.
the
ándale, mijo.
the baristas.
Dang,
Okay,
let's see it.
here we
Let's
go.
see.
oh my gosh,
Ay, Dios mío. Ayúdame, señor.
that cochino was right on brand. Right on brand.
Oh,
no.
What is this, man?
This was not me in Philip's kitchen. This is not me making my coffee.
My boy ordered a crappuccino,
Yeah.
bro. What?
It was like whipped cream.
Dude.
Yeah, okay.
The fact
we
that
get
he
the-
recorded himself.
we get the point. Yes.
Here. Why is he?
The fact that he recorded
Why is he like
himself.
that? That's
At
it.
Starbucks.
At Starbucks, this is going viral. There's an investigation of the barista
Yeah.
that
I would hope so.
he was involved
Come on,
with
please be a green screen.
a diaper. I guess he has a diaper fetish, and so
That's what it
the
is.
camera. I don't know what if they caught him in which way, what manner, but it was released on on Libs of TikTok.
I'm uncomfortable. Can you take it off the screen, please?
Yeah, he's putting
Aye.
whipped cream in his regions. So, but yeah, it's man, talking about watching you get you see hair sometimes on food. Whatever like
Oh
that.
my God.
Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
This is
Okay,
next
all
level.
right. Well, next segment we got is called
Jesus
Law.
is coming back, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus is coming back, bro.
Yes, and we are for law and order here. Many of us, I've talked to you.
Yeah, that guy needs to get arrested. And they better get my order right next time I go. Leave the doo-doo off.
I know. I'm not going to
What's the cup of ice for, though? Oh, does he use the cup of ice?
I don't know.
I don't want to watch the rest.
I know, yeah, you take it off.
You-
Never mind.
hey, somebody-
You know what's crazy is when Libs of TikTok gives you an in look to what society and culture is today.
Oh,
It's funny when they get
Yeah.
when
It's dark.
libs
Yeah.
getting okay. If you're liberal, conservative, but you have to admit, if you happen to be liberal and you're watching, thank you for watching. But liberals watching libs for TikTok, and we're not. All they're doing is replaying what they posted, and they get upset. Anyways, I don't know. No,
I mean,
idea
that
why.
guy, he might have voted for Trump.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Nah. No.
Again, we know that a certain president, we won't mention who, in another country, he visited another country and supposedly had an accident.
Oh, yeah.
So, depends.
Depend?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Just this might be a promotion of that. here's a news story that went across the feed here, and there is a very interesting take here, and it's about a body cam video shows a DUI arrest of a man on driving Power Wheels Jeep.
Within the past few minutes, newly released video shows the moment an Indiana man was arrested for DUI after he was stopped for driving a Power Wheels Jeep on the roadway.
Gonzales has this bizarre new video and explains what happened in this Wave News Alert. Ward.
Yeah, well, it is definitely something. The man in this video is 51-year-old John McKee from Vincennes, Indiana, and he was arrested last month for driving a Power Wheels Jeep at night while under the influence of marijuana and meth. Now, at the beginning of this video you're about to see, you're getting the perspective of the police officer's dash cam. Look at the right side of your screen, and you can see McKee pull off the road in that blue Power Wheels Jeep. The officer in the video then stops him, soon performs several field sobriety tests, which you'll see here in just a second. McKee fails. He's then arrested and taken to the hospital for several blood tests. And take a listen to his.
Nice.
He failed the DUI test. Omar, is that what happened to you?
Hey man, that's an electric vehicle right there.
Is that what Biden was trying to push right now? The EV vehicle?
EVs. But you didn't hear that? He was drunk and he had meth on his
and weed.
Look at him, weed and meth.
I have a picture. This is what it looks like.
That's nicer than my car.
I was
Shoot.
gonna say he had the Jeep though.
Hey,
I mean, but he was
right?
intoxicated in public, so that's.
Hey,
Wait, was the charge DUI? Sorry.
Yeah,
The charge was literally DUI.
I just,
Oh my god! Sorry. Oh my gosh!
I was just thinking, man, when he goes to jail, they're like, man, what are you in for?
Yeah.
DUI. What were you driving? And it's like
a power
Let me tell
Jeep.
you what, I had that Jeep Rubicon. Them wheels had them power, boy.
This one really made me upset. I hesitated at showing this, but I saw some people talking about this, and I couldn't believe this is actually real. Two guys stole the car and out having fun, and this is what took place.
All right, go. Go. Keep it moving.
Oh wow! He just hit that car. No big deal.
Literally recording. So stupid.
Ready? Yeah.
I'll blow that out close. Yes. This is showing society. That man driving the bike died instantly. So they were searching for the two individuals, and before the recording, I saw an update. It looks like they caught both of them. So praise God for that.
Hey.
But is this the reflection of what society is right now? Matt, we talked about law and order before, off camera. I mean, what is it saying about us?
Well, when I first saw this, I was surprised because I saw it over the weekend. I know I was talking to my dad. He's like, "Did you see this?" And I watched it. And honestly, I was just pissed off. Like for the next hour, I was just like, really, like they have these, and I actually didn't even know they stole the car. I thought they were just kind of chilling, some young kids driving down the street because I didn't see the first half of the video. And now watching this, I'm like even more pissed off than I was the first time, just because there's no really care for life at all. It's like this man, and the worst part about it is when they found him, the first people to the scene was his wife and his daughter.
No way.
Yeah. So when I saw this, I found more information. They found his iPhone tracker. I think his phone, they had said, they had alerted like the family
He fell or something.
And so it's like to have not only happen to this guy that was just riding his bike, but to have your wife and daughter to be there for the first, people to be there. It's just sad. It's tragic. It really reflects how the culture is today.
One of the drivers is 17. Actually, the 17-year-old driver driving. You could hear them, and it's hard to make it out, but you could hear them saying, "One of the boys ready?" And he said, the other one says, "Yeah, let's hit him in the butt." You know what I mean? And man, 64-year-old retired police officer who was riding his bike. He made it through his whole career, alive, and that's what happened. And we're seeing this across America. The crime is going up.
Yep.
And what can you say about this, Omar, about how our just society is just deteriorating and crime is going up?
I don't know, man. It's just godless. You know, you have no compassion. You don't have any. Dude, when we lived in Oakland, we used to see crazy stuff like this all the time, dude. Like people, I mean, there's 100+ murders every year in that city, and it's just dark. And they're all young men, they're all young black men for the most part. You know, I'd probably say 99%. Like, you know, you have some Hispanics and stuff get thrown in the mix, but a lot of people, they just no regard for life, just getting killed, stuff like this. And then more people would probably be dead because guys would be driving like that, just 80, 90, 100 miles an hour through town, through the city. And it was scary. I wouldn't, you know, you just kind of like try to lay low. It's sad. It's a sad, I don't know. It's just a sad take on our society. Unfortunately, it seems like it's getting worse. Hey, help us, Lord. You know what I mean? There's
a tweet from actor James Wood. He posted, or he tweeted, "They stole a car and murdered a perfectly innocent man for laughs. When will it end? And more importantly, how will it end?" Kayla, what's your response to this?
You know what's crazy? Okay, so my initial mind I work, not personally, but my organization works with extended foster youth. So kids that age out of the foster care system that have been in the system their whole lives. They're parolees. They're out on probation. Like that population of those kids driving those cars is like who we serve, right? Like, and who we work with. And they're real people with real issues, and they're stuck in cycles of violence and cycles of poverty and cycles of addiction. And so that's my immediate thought is, believe it or not, like anger for the injustice, because injustice and violence is inexcusable, but then also compassion on the other end of seeing these young 17-year-old kids making decisions like this with no regard for life, for humanity, and then seeing how they're going to be stuck in this probably lifestyle unless there's a miracle, a hand of God that pulls them out of where they're caught, you know, and also that they've just been indoctrinated and like this is all they know. This is what they've grown up with. This is what they've been taught.
Well, if the Lord touch them, they're going to have a prison ministry. That's what they're going to, I mean, that's premeditated murder, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like he said, let's get them. That's like, you had a chance to say, no, let's not. You had a long time to decide there to not hit the dude. So it's like, hey, buddy, I tell my wife this. I think sometimes the way people kill somebody is probably the matter. They should get killed. Like, you should let's let that guy ride the bike down the street in perpetual, like just let him ride down, and every car that passes by, let him live in fear. Like, is this the car?
An eye for an eye?
No, man. It's just, hey, you get what you get. You know what I mean? Ain't an eye for an eye. It's just a life for a life, I guess. You know, it's like you're going to have to hash it out one day with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you do it before you get on that bike ride on your punishment tour.
Your punishment tour?
Because, tour the punishment over here, man. Like, you can't be, that was wrong, man. That dude 100%. Did nothing to deserve that. And that kid knows you can't kill somebody. I don't care how, you can't kill somebody. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be a psycho of violence your whole life. Buddy, that's the first thing in a person's heart is not to kill someone.
I think maybe I should backtrack. I'm not excusing their behavior at all. I just think that looking at it holistically, my heart is still filled with compassion. I don't know.
Would you feel different if you knew their background and they're like, no, they come from a cool family. Like their mom and dad are there. They work.
No, I just think they're human beings that were also made in the image of God, and they 100% deserve justice.
Hey,
whatever that
Jesus.
looks like, deserves justice for what you'll hold an account, like you said, to the Lord one day. And every word professed, right? Every action, every thought, we're going to hold an account to that. That's just my take on it.
You know, a lot of this stuff we're seeing, including this, I feel like it didn't start here. I feel like it started, I think you talked about the family, you talked about the way somebody was raised, but just say the law and order part, we're seeing people not being charged for petty theft. There are people the prosecutors not going after the small crimes. So I feel like they graduate from crime to crime to crime, and it gets worse, and worse. If they're held accountable earlier, I think we could prevent them. We could intervene. We're talking about having compassion. We could then have programs, or we could minister to them. We could, all these different hats that we could wear to reach out to them. What's happening? We're failing them, and by not enforcing the law. Okay, so today we have on our panel here, the superheroes here in the Lair. We have two married folk, and two single folk. Yeah, I don't know how to know where that came from, but folk. Because Merced, you guys talk about that at Merced, no?
Dude, that's racist, bro. Racist. Merced is a race. Mercedian.
The Mercedians.
Yeah, man.
The Mercedes. Okay. Okay, so right here we have recent census data shows that marriage in the U.S. is declining. In 2021, the national marriage rate was 14.9 per 1,000, down from 16.3 a decade earlier. And right now we're seeing on TikTok and Generation Z, they're is going viral, that a lot of them are really kind of bashing marriage, generally speaking. I didn't even know that was such a thing, and there's even terms for that. I don't know if you heard this. Some of you guys are Gen Z. You're Gen Z?
I'm the cusp. Like, I'm the cutoff. I call myself a zillennial.
A zillennial.
I identify with Gen Z, and I identify with millennial both.
Okay, you coined that phrase. Okay, so and here is a little. If you don't believe my words, listen to what somebody's saying about the goal here. Actually, let me play one of the TikTok. This is how they view it.
Stop telling women that the greatest thing they'll ever do in life is get married. You know what's harder to accomplish than getting married? Literally anything else. Getting a degree in biochemistry, flying a plane, folding a fitted sheet. Have you ever tried to do that? It's impossible.
Here is a funny little TikTok. Now, they're making fun of marriage because this is how they view how a female, if they married a man, what their life will end up being.
I can swear, I can joke. I see what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys, and you see me holding up my middle finger to the world. Like your ribbons and your pearls. Cause I'm not just
That's the music from me.
Yeah, I was like, it's not really fitting right.
Yeah, it went viral, but yes, there's some influence here. She's saying that marriage is pretty much bondage and
slavery.
Omar, as a married man, what do you think the society of the youngsters now? The youngsters are speaking about the marriage.
I can't speak for this. I can't speak for this chick. She's out of her mind. It's just such a self-centered like group right now, like generation. They're just so self-absorbed. Like they don't ever see I'm not gonna say all of them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of kids. I'm sure they're gonna be normal or whatever. Like this is abnormal. Like this is some abnormal behavior to have that mindset towards marriage. It's like some people may not feel called to be married.
Yeah.
Or, that's whatever. But some people who are just like straight out marriage is whack. It's like, bro, how are you even alive? You probably have parents. They're probably faithful to each other. They're probably still married. It's like I don't know. What do you call it? It's like a separation in your mind from reality. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it's like there is a real like break in their mind, like how society works and functions. And our society will die from this kind of crap before global warming hurts it, before climate change hurts even the planet. It's like this is how our society and our humanity will collapse. This is when they stop having it. Yeah,
we're seeing it right now. It's a direct result of the sexual revolution, independent, feminism. I think what are we, third or fourth wave feminism now? I think at some point
it's a tsunami, bro. It ain't no wave no more.
If you think about the original selling point of, you need to be an independent woman, you need to go out there, find a job, and then you end up in bondage with your work. So you end up being it's funny because you're trading it out, your freedom, to go work for a boss or a figure instead of building a family. And so you get kind of entrapped in that part of it. So I just think the lie of feminism is continuing to be pushed, I think, more or so. And like, to your point, it's I think there's a separation there.
I see there's a season. I know there was a time that God wanted me to focus on being single. There was a time that I knew I wanted to be married. I desired to be married. And I didn't know that a friend of mine was my future wife. That's a different story. But I knew that I need to be content in my walk with God. Those who are Christians, you be content with that, but you're looking as a young man. I felt like at an appropriate time for me to pursue my future wife, but I think there's a difference from like being content versus like kind of hating, right? Pretty much, she's hating on marriage. There's a TikTok user, Julia Mazur, is boasting she's about 29 years old. She says, without the shackles of marriage and children, she says she is free to drink, go to Beyonce's, there we go again, shows, sleep in, and watch reality TV. So is that culture is more important? People want to be more entertained than really leaving a legacy, and God has blessed the family. Kayla, any thoughts on any of this?
I have a lot of thoughts.
She's trying to go Jonas Brothers.
No, I do. I've had a lot of these conversations because I am a woman. So I understand. In case y'all didn't know,
I'm a woman.
I know we couldn't assume
I
you're
know.
older nowadays.
Identify as a woman, you're a woman.
It's one and the same.
It was so rude.
A whole new Phil came out when I joined this show. I was like,
Hey, we're talking. It's a whole different thing. It's the culture. Okay, go for it.
No. So I think I get where she's coming from.
Yep.
In the sense that I have been on the receiving end of not wanted like male attention, some misogyny, some sexism, especially in college. I was a poli-sci major, so I had my fair share with the men in my classes, so I get where that discontent, maybe that even anger comes from, of men not interested in that relationship, that commitment. However, I think there's some women, right? So example A, have like taken it to such an extreme level of saying, I don't like this, so you also should not like this, and it's actually shackles and it's actually slavery. The conversation that I've recently been having with a lot of women is that if we want to say like feminism, it tells us, right, that we're whatever. It tells us whatever. I don't even know what it tells us nowadays, honestly, but it's like one size fits all kind of thing, and it's if this is what we all should be believing as women, whereas like women, we're all diverse and we all have different wants and desires. And so if my desire and want is marriage and yours isn't, awesome, great, let's do what our own desires are and support each other in those things, instead of reiterating this like narrative that all women should be more content if they didn't marry, or procreate or whatever. They shouldn't even be interested in, in commitment relationships. I have a lot more thoughts, but I'll leave it right there.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's good. I really feel like, and there's an example coming up here, is there is a culture and indoctrination being preached, and we as Christians recognize it's a counter of what the Bible teaches, and they're not hiding it anymore. It's in plain sight. Check this out.
But some of their fears may be legitimate. Because destroying the nuclear family through sexual liberation and queer relationship anarchy sounds pretty great.
There's a man and a woman. This is very controversial now just to say that statement. You could actually be canceled. And we talked about Santana last time because he said it. He was canceled. He apologized for the apology. It gets really crazy and people just can't say what they believe. I believe there's just a man and a woman. But when I hear somebody say, you know what, we're trying to destroy the nuclear family. Now, if they want to live their life, they're over 18 and they decide to do certain things, that's fine. That's one thing. But they're trying to now reverse it in our kids and change the way they think, the way they're taught. Omar, I know you have young ones in school. Why is this concerning that they're just like blatantly saying we're destroying the family?
Bro, if that's my kid's teacher, they go into another teacher. Like, I'm just going to pull them out. Like, you don't. Like, that's not the platform. This is not the audience for you to go ahead and, like push your views on kids like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if this even person is a teacher or whatever. What's it? Dr. Mary, assistant professor at DePaul University.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a socialism conference.
Dr. Bowman, who's a speaker at Socialism 2023 conference.
Dr. Mary Bowman. So this is a lady who decided she didn't want to have kids. She didn't want to do anything. That's fine. You could become a doctor. That's inspiring. That's great. Go do your thing. Be a doctor. But it's like some people, they find satisfaction. They want to be a mom. Maybe they want to have a job. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, my wife, she's a business owner. Like, she has a talent, she has a skill, like, and it helps to provide for our family. Like, and we both work there. It's like really the main source. So it's like the Lord has used her, and it's just like to say, but you know, oftentimes she does like desire like to be with their kid. We have 3 kids. It does. You can do both. Yeah. It's like, to me, I was like, hey, that's limited. That's limited mindset,
That's
dude.
true
Like, when they
power,
want to,
right?
that's my wife's like a superhero, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, seriously, she had 3 kids. Like, even in this last pregnancy, she's working up like almost up until like just several weeks before she went into labor, like just several weeks, and she was just like, I feel fine. I was like, dude, my wife is gangster, bro.
Yes, my wife.
She is so tough. Like, and you know, she's on her feet like all day. I'm with her. I'm like, hey, you need to relax. No, it's okay. I feel fine. I'm like, dude, seriously. I'm like, shout out to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my wife. I love you, baby. She's my hyena. No one finer. You know what I mean?
Not the hyena.
Wow. Kayla, I really want to hear your perspective on this side. You had an interesting journey. We'll hear more about it as we go, different episodes. But you know, part of your story, you're growing up in the church, you went to school, and you left California, and you were hearing a lot of teachers who were not Christians. How did that impact you? And if I'm a father and I send my daughter or a family member to college, you know, I'm concerned. And I hear they come back, you know what? I hear people say they're teaching the XYZ. That's really contrary to the Word of God. So my question to you, how has it impacted you? And I know you know the Lord. I know that you're serving him. I know you have high standards in your walk. Should, as parents, us be concerned?
I will just preface and backtrack a little bit. They were all believers. So yes. I did go to a Christian school, and I will say that in my experience personally, it was small. So I had the privilege of having relationships with my professors, and I will say they were all believers. Okay. And however, I know what you're trying to get at. And even in a small private Christian school, there was still, the enemy's everywhere. Like, the enemy can have a foothold in anything, anywhere, if we give him that open door. And definitely those college years are so pivotal in your growth, in your spiritual growth, and your mental growth, right? And your ideologies and your everything, just so pivotal that you're just absorbing, oh my gosh, all the information coming at you in those 4 years. And you're just like ready to take in anyone's perspective or ideas, and you're susceptible. So even just in that respect, parents should be concerned. Like, parents should just be concerned in that respect alone, that
Christian, non-Christian,
exactly. Like, your kid is at such a pivotal point in their lives right now of growth that you need to be involved as a parent. Like, you need to continue in that. And thank you, Jesus, for praying parents, because my parents were still, even when I didn't want them to, they were still involved, and they were still calling, and they were still reminding me who I was, and they were still telling me they were praying for me. Yep. And they were, they were on it, even though I was, kind of shut that door on them during those 4 years of college. And we can get into it later, but no matter what the environment, the atmosphere looks like, parents need to stay involved in their children's education, especially in those college years, because they're becoming adults. They're becoming humans with their own conscience, and ideas, and they're just growing at that stage, and they need to be involved.
Praise God for great parents that you had, because I know them, and we're glad you're serving God. But yeah, it's as parents, that's why I have a young little one. She's 3 years old, and we're like, do we have her go to school? Do we homeschool her? All these different questions, trying to figure that out and navigate. And I thank God for that. We have a great show today, and I'm talking about school. I know that we talk about you going to school and being counseled, but you want to end on a little bit of light note today, and Delugence podcast. So we have a TikTok video that has gone viral. And, it's actually from somebody here on the panel. Let's see if you could tell who this person is. Those of you watching and listening. Okay, it's the one on the screen right now. Do you recognize that person? Oh no, that's not the person right there.
Hey, that looks like Matt.
The only person that could be is Matt White.
Oh, never mind, Matt. That ain't you, bro. That ain't you.
Yeah,
Married Matt.
Here we
Poor
go.
Matt. That's messed up, dude.
Okay, here we go. You ready? Here we go.
No respect.
Scanning for Mexicans. Ah. We've got a Mexican.
Hey, 6 million views on that thing. I got like 300, 600,000 likes and comments. Hey,
Dang.
Yes,
I'm doing this. I'm doing this pro bono. I'm doing you a favor, Phil. My other one's flops. Oh, that was the only one.
One hit wonder right here.
There we go. We'll take that. Hey, just got to get them to follow over here now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Scanning.
Hey,
Delusions
bro.
podcast.
Hey, bro, I'm Nicaraguan, all right?
Okay.
No, I'm
Like,
just kidding.
What do you say? Speaking of the absurd. So it's like scanning for the absurd.
Absurd. Overload.
Dude, you guys are sick, man. I can drive all the way over here for this.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. You know, we're going to do a sign off today, but last time we did this, so we did something spontaneous and it was on beat and everything. Can we do it again?
Yeah.
Attempt it?
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Can we say?
Yeah.
What is it?
Thanks for joining us at Delugence.
Oh, Delugence.
Delusions.
Are we going to do that again?
Okay, let's look in that camera right there and tell them what they could do.
You guys can follow us, like. We are on all the social media platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us, like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and yeah.
And we'll have Matt home, Mrs. White, pretty soon. So thank you. Thank you. See you next time.
Thanks for diving deep with us on the Delugence podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the podcast on your favorite platform. By doing so, you'll never miss an opportunity to dive deep with us again, and you'll help us grow our community of curious minds. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Delugence.
Delugence.